What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Sports Sidebar Podcast. You're tuned in with your boy Rich, and I'm here with my buddies Tom and JD, and we're about to get this thing started. Let's go!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We got a brand new episode for everybody. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good, Rich. How you doing?
Oh, fantastic, man. We're getting closer to football starting. Been doing a lot of football fantasy research, figure out these picks. How's everything on your end?
Good, man. All gas, no break.
Oh, okay. I mean, let's get right into it, man. Since you was I know you caught up on the last episode of Hard Knocks. It was pretty good, man.
I haven't really watched. I've watched a couple episodes here and there over the last, 10 years or so. Dan Campbell was probably the most captivating since, Rex Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I'm obviously invested in this team, so I've watched a little bit, and they do talk in a lot of rhetoric, but I feel like the coaching staff seems to have a beat on the players and how to handle them, and there's a good balance between like being the cool coach and also laying down the hammer when they need to. I've enjoyed it so far. Quentin Williams seems to be a star on this show.
Oh yeah, I mean, dying.
Yeah, he's hilarious. Mike Evans called me fat.
He's like, do you really think I'm fat, bro? He was like, how'd I look for like a 300-pounder? He's like, I look good.
Yeah. He goes, well, you're not skinny.
He's like, but I lost all the weight in the off season, man.
But you're pretty fit for a not skinny guy.
He said, I'm trying to get the AB abs, man.
Yeah. So he's been a star. Obviously, Garrett Wilson is early in this has been kind of a star too. Aaron Rodgers loves him. He's been awesome. And then last night we saw Breece Hall for the first time, and he comes right off PUP and runs a slant 21 miles an hour, and Salah's like, I can't believe how fast this freaking guy is.
Yeah, he was like, I wasn't Sauce was like, you probably gonna run like a 23, and then he's I don't know, man, I'll see. And then 21.
Yeah, I can't believe how fast that guy is, and his footwork is just so good. I mean, you saw a couple like the little jukes he just throws in there, and because you're that fast, like as a defensive player, you kind of got to guess which way he's going to go, and if you guess wrong, you look incredibly stupid.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. I think if we were kind of in the era where running backs went still had that same value, he definitely would have went way further in the top of the first round. But just because the running backs was just so devalued, I mean, he was like the number one running back coming out of college, so it was just evident. Like you can see that when those running backs were dominating college, that once they get to the pros, it's going to be a easy transition for them.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I kind of like the pose of your boy Wilson, man. He's kind of like humble, but willing to learn.
And I think Rodgers says it a couple times. He's like, he's talking to who's he talking to? Baker Mayfield.
He's
talking to.
I know once he was talking to Braylon Edwards. I think he asked me about 17. Yeah. And then he was like, "How's 17?" Yeah, he was like,
and he's just like, he's so like.
He said he's fucking fast as hell.
Yeah, he's fast. But he's willing to, learn. And they asked him about the playbook, and he's like, I go to Cobb and Allen, because he's like,
that's
you don't want to see him pissed off because he's not going to throw it to you.
Yeah, I think Cobb is like the translator between him and Rodgers. So I mean, he's doing a good job of soaking up information. I mean, he was killing in that little the joint practice. I felt like he threw them like 20 times and he caught it every time. Oh, yeah. He was just burning guys. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how this season pans out for those two.
I still can't believe Cobb is only 32. They had that little scene with his wife and the two kids and telling them, they're gonna have another sibling. I'm like, there's just like the guy looks like he's about 45.
40, yeah. But yeah, that's the football years, because I mean, when you were playing, he was kind of in the older era, like towards the older era of football, where guys are getting bruised up a lot. Now not as much. So you could kind of see how it wore on him probably those first few years, and then I mean he's kind of I want to say kind of has a cakewalk, because Aaron Rodgers is his guy, so But I mean, you got to take advantage of it.
Yeah,
But he's
100%.
he's definitely given that veteran presence and helping guys out. So, which is much needed because you guys have a mix of super young players and I won't say super old, but veteran players. And then he's kind of helping bridge the gap with some of those younger players on offense to some of the older players, which is great. Then we're gonna have to wait till I'm looking forward to next week too, because the Jets Giants is going to be the last preseason game. So, and the starters are playing. So, I'm looking forward to that. I'm not gonna lie. The one thing I hate about the Hard Knocks is when they get these celebrities do the like speeches like after practice. I'm like, these damn people are never a damn Jets fan in their life. So many people.
Like Method Man.
Yeah, man. I mean, maybe Method Man was because he's from Staten Island, so that's kind of like Jersey.
Yeah. He's
like,
a Giants fan.
Yeah, but some of these people is just like, I don't know if you was a Jets fan before.
Mm-hmm.
But hey,
it is what it is.
It is, yeah. But definitely looking forward to. They go to full season, right, on Hard Knocks, right? They don't go like half the season, right?
No, Hard Knocks is over when training camp ends.
Oh, okay. Oh man.
No, they did the in-season thing. I don't know if they're doing that again, but they did the in-season thing last year.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I think it was with the Cardinals or the Colts. I forget.
Yeah, I think last year was the Cardinals, but nobody watched that. Nobody watching those guys. So, but I mean, ultimately, even if this is the last one, I mean, looking forward to seeing how it ends.
I think they have 2 more episodes. I think they do the game, and then they do like the getting, prepping for that, the cuts and all that stuff.
Yeah, I hope so. Let's say, that's the thing. I haven't seen much cutting compared to some of the other seasons on this one.
The Jets said they didn't want to do the cuts.
Cuts? Oh, show them. Okay. Because I remember when they did I think it was the Titans one, like the first episode, they was cutting people. I was like, dang, man, that's cold. Oh, that's cold, man.
It's cold.
But hey, man, hopefully those guys, some of the guys that they're showing, make it. So, like Smart on the defensive line.
Oh yeah, Talon Smart.
So yeah, and then hopefully what's the rookie running back's name? The one that hurt his leg.
Iggy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hopefully,
I think he'll make it. He's a rookie, so I would guess he's going to make it.
Make it, yeah. And then I'm not sure about those other guys though. I think it was a rookie tight end.
Camp or whatever his name is.
Yeah, and I think it was like one other guy I'm not sure about, but definitely looking forward to seeing how this plays out.
100%.
And then in the NFL, I mean, wasn't really much else going on. They announced your boy Baker's going to be a starting quarterback. Hopefully he doesn't mess this up. This might be his last chance, man.
This is it for him.
And then your boy Trey Lance, he dropped down to the third string quarterback. Is over. Sounds like it might be over for him out there in San Fran, man.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think the Sam Darnold gets number 2 over you. I think it's pretty much over. My guess is they'll either look to trade or cut him, give him an opportunity somewhere else.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what if they do trade him, what he goes for. Being that he drafted so high, you're definitely not gonna get the same value for it. But I mean, even if it's a second round, third round pick, I mean, I feel like that's the best you can be able to get for him.
I doubt they'll even get that. I bet that if anything, they get like a 5th rounder or something.
I mean, that would be good for a little project quarterback.
Yeah.
Not sure what team. I'm trying to think what team would need a.
So they said they were talking with Minnesota over the over the spring. And that's actually not a bad fit. You could throw him behind Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
And Cousins is getting a little older, but yeah, see how that all plays out.
Yeah, I'm trying to think maybe the Giants. I'm trying to think who else. Not really much team. I'm trying to think, man. There's not really many teams, man. I would say Tennessee, but they got like 4 quarterbacks on the roster already. So
yeah, exactly.
They've been drafting quarterbacks the past 2 drafts. So that's what I said. Hopefully he can find a nice home. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind if he went to the Chiefs and just sat behind Mahomes, picked up a bunch of stuff. But I feel like if they did that, they'll probably flip him after a few years when people see he has potential behind Patrick.
Yeah,
that would be kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then I mean, it wasn't really much else. I mean, supposedly they said somebody called Tua a stripper. I guess they were trying to imply that he's kind of chunky.
Interesting.
I'm not sure what's up with that. And it wasn't much else, man. Just getting ready for fantasy football, man.
Hell yeah.
And these mock drafts. I don't want to say hard. I was just doing like one a day. Just to see just to see who I can get in like that.
Just keep things fresh.
Yeah, in that 2-3 spot. And then checking out some of these underdog videos about who to draft, who not to take. But it's gonna be interesting to see, man. And then on to the NBA. Not much here. I mean, we got NBA summer league. USA basketball. Your boy Ant-Man helped him come back from double digits, put up 34. I like him, man, but I just feel like he just needs to be more consistent. He just needs to carry that into the playoffs. Because I feel like during the season he's fine. Come playoffs, that's when he's a little shaky.
Yep, 100%. How did the USA basketball get down 20 to Germany? I wasn't watching, but I saw the in-game updates there.
Well, just not playing any defense, man. They just not playing defense, man. They're just letting guys. I don't want to say like lackadaisical kind of thing. Just because they're in the NBA, people are scared of them, so to say. But when it's kind of reversed, like just because you're now that you're in the NBA, right, you got a target on your back. Whether you go play street ball, you go play overseas ball, and I think a lot of NBA players don't understand that yet. Just because I don't want to say they feel like they've already made it, so they're already set. But just because you made it to the NBA, that's just the beginning.
Right.
Now you got to go put in the work, because a lot of hungry guys out there. And then if you show out an NBA player, I mean, you make a name for yourself. I mean, we've seen it done in street ball. We've seen it done in the Drew League. We've seen it done in overseas. Like when Spain won that championship, when they beat USA, when they had the Gasol brothers, and all of a sudden all these Spanish guys are getting drafted, like Rudy Fernandez, Ricky Rubio, Ginobili. So, I mean, people out there watching, man.
Mm-hmm.
And, I feel like the NBA basketball is kind of transitioning to more European basketball, so to say. Like most of the majority of the top stars are European. Like, not from the U.S. So hopefully these U.S. born players understand what they have at hand right now. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think obviously the knock in the past was the European players were soft, and when we came to these world championships, the U.S. would just kind of roll through people. But like you said, I don't think that's the case anymore. And I think that some of the better players, European, you're looking at like the Luka Doncic's of the world that aren't playing for the U.S. and some of the tougher guys in the NBA now. So I do think it's going to get a little more difficult, and these guys can't just roll in like they used to and roll teams. So yeah, I'm curious to see how when we get to the Olympics and all that, what the teams look like here from the U.S. because they should still win. They still have the best the best players in the world, but what does it look like?
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, you can have the best on paper, but all it takes is 1 or 2 games for guys to get your number. So, like I said, hopefully they show up and take it. I won't say serious, but understand the opportunity at hand, what they're able to do as far as to win gold or do something different.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these guys might never get to the NBA championship, but you can win a gold medal.
100%.
They had I don't know if you saw the ball. He responded to Stephen A. after Stephen A. said that his knees were done and he couldn't stand up.
That.
I thought that was kind of funny. Stephen A.'s been getting a lot of backlash about these rumors he's been putting out, man.
Seems like he's been taking some L's. I mean, with the Stephon Diggs thing, Diggs came out and told him to basically pound sand that he's out of his mind. And then, he's talking about Lonzo Ball, not being able to sit out of a chair, post-surgery still, because Lonzo basically said 2023, 2024 is done. And then Lonzo posted a video in response basically showing him getting up and out of a chair, no problem.
On the one leg. That was kind of funny.
Yeah. So, I don't know where this stuff from Stephen A. is coming from. It's almost like it almost seems like, when you're making something up and you don't want to say it's you, so you're just saying a source is telling me.
Yeah.
But with with the way that the internet is and the accessibility for these guys, it's just like, nope, we're gonna respond. We're not letting this crap sit in the universe out there. We're gonna respond and tell you that's not how it is. And I think you're seeing, especially from the younger generation, you're seeing more and more of that coming out
Oh yeah.
across all sports, really. I mean, even you get into like golf and things like that, and people are doing the same kind of things.
Oh yeah. The players are kind of I don't want to say taking the media into their own hands when certain things come out about them that aren't true, or they feel some type of way about it, which I kind of think is good. But I mean, some of it is warranted depending on if they're talking about a player's game or having a bad game or not playing well. It's fun to watch the back and forth between the media and the players.
It is.
And then I don't know if we ever talked about the Christmas schedule for the NBA.
I don't think so, actually. No.
Yeah, because I know they put it out like last week or the week before. I mean, we got the Bucks versus Knicks at 12. I don't know why they keep putting us against these teams, like the Knicks versus Bucks or Knicks versus Sixers. Can we play somebody else, man? Like, come on, man. Then they got the Celtics versus the Lakers, continuing the rivalry. Then we got the 76ers versus the Heat. I'm not sure why they scheduled that one. And then they got the Mavericks versus the Suns. I think they're missing out, man. I think they could have got some better second half games with the whether it be the Nuggets versus the Heat, or I would rather see the Nuggets versus the Suns, or Heat versus Celtics. I'm not sure about these some of these other matchups based off the drama of what we've seen last season. But maybe they felt this is the best since they're doing the best they can put out since they're doing the tournament. I think right before that too. So the mid-season tournament for the first time.
Yeah. I think it ends right before that. Yep.
So I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see how it pans out. I think they should have did it later, the mid-season tournament, like right after the All-Star weekend, because then you get close to, because then it's like right before March Madness. So you kind of capture some of that, but hey, we have to wait and see. I'm sure this is their first time doing it, so I'm sure they're going to adjust the schedule or depend on how ratings are and stuff like that. So
yeah, I think this is more of a trial, test things out, see how it goes, and then you can adjust it moving forward.
And I'm interested to see if our players sit during this too, because it's not really much. I don't think it has much relevance as far as scheduling goes or games. Like I'm not sure these games are counted towards the 82 game season, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of had that. I mean, if they don't, then what's the point, right? Like, I don't know. It just seems like that's like a little cool thing. MLS does it, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe they don't. Maybe it's just exhibition games. But then is that going to take the luster away from it? Or are people just they're not going to try? Are they going to sit their stars? Things like that.
Yeah, I know that they're offering like some like cash bonus incentives, but But for some of these players, I mean, the ultimate goal is to win an NBA championship, especially when you're in your older years. You're not really like in mid-season turn or mid-season term is not doing nothing for my NBA career. It's not getting me into the Hall of Fame. So definitely looking forward to see how it plays out though. And then on to MLB. I mean, it's not too much here. Season's winding down. Yankees are like 11 games back or something like that.
Yankees are dead.
9-game losing streak, so it was pretty much over, man. I mean, got the same culprits on the NL and the AL side from last year and at the top spots. It's gonna be interesting to see how it all plays out. Whether the Astros could get back and win it, or if the Dodgers or one of these other teams can break loose.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this what kind of happens down the stretch here. You got the Astros and the Rangers kind of battling for the West, Orioles and the Rays in the East. The Central's kind of a mess, and then in the NL, you kind of got some division races this year, except for the Braves kind of rolling everyone in the East. But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty solid. You get some pretty solid races going on here. I feel like in the last few years, everything's basically been wrapped up by the end of August. Maybe save for like a couple spots, but
yeah, I mean it's pretty close for all those teams that are like in the cusp of getting in, especially on the AL side. So because I know I know the Jays, the Red Sox are right up in there. There's a bunch of teams that are like 65 wins, between 65 and 70. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out for some of those teams.
Yeah, we have the the finale coming this weekend for the FedEx. So the winner, I believe, gets $18 million. So yeah, you kind of have the tiered starts. So you'll have Scotty Scheffler. He'll be starting at the lead at 10 under, and then you'll have guys tiered down from there. Victor Hovland in second, and then so on and so forth until you get to Jordan Spieth down in 30th with an even. So it can be, you can be overtaken. Rory overtook Scotty last year. But having the two-stroke lead is nice to start with for him. Well deserved on a good year. But I don't necessarily love this format, but I think what Rom said today was kind of accurate. It's like it's easier for everyone to kind of see it, and I think the points thing is neat. As you've seen, I don't know how much you've watched, but the last couple of weeks, like watching who's going to end up where and going down the stretch and who's going to make it to Eastlake because it's only 30 and watching the points kind of fluctuate. But like Ron was like, it's just too confusing for people watching and doesn't really make sense. So I think everyone agrees that this kind of makes more sense. I think that my guess is I think the players would like to see it have, maybe have more of a chance for the guys on the lower end of that to have, a chance of winning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because coming back from 10 strokes right out the gate is extremely difficult, especially when there's 29 guys ahead of you.
Oh yeah, because if a guy could just break even pretty much the whole.
If Scheffler plays even par for 4 rounds, then Jordan Spieth has to shoot 10 under just to tie him.
Which kind of sucks. So
it does, yeah, it does. But unfortunately, it is what it is there. And this is where you get rewarded for, playing well all year, right?
All year, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then who you rolling with this? Are you rolling with Scotty, or do you think the field's going to get him?
So this is where Rory ends up. I feel like he comes in playing strong, and he did it last year. Kind of lurked, and then put on a run. I do like Rory here. He's won it before. Scheffler, I think he was right there last year. He had a putt to win it and did not make it. So I feel like he will be right there. I do like Victor played really well at Olympia Field. He shot a 61 on Sunday and had 12 threes on his scorecard, which is something you don't really see that often. Shot a 28 on the back and was just dialed. The guy hits irons extremely well. Eastlake is kind of similar to Olympia Fields in that penalizing rough, need to hit it straight, fast greens, and it's going to be hot. It's going to be hot down here this week. So my guess is fairways are going to be running. Greens are going to be fast and firm. So I still probably would go Rory here and then taking it another FedEx Cup.
Yeah, I pretty much picked the top guys due to the extra lead. Would you say is there any dark horses that you wouldn't be surprised if somebody came up from behind and won it? Or
dark horses? Let's see.
Well, I don't say dark horses, but like
someone coming from behind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rom wouldn't surprise me. I would have liked to see what Homa. Yeah, Homa could do it. I just my issue with Homa is I feel like he just doesn't put 4 rounds together. You see him come out Friday, shoot 62, take the lead, and then he shot I think 71 or 72 on Saturday. Mm-hmm. Dropped him down a couple strokes, and then just never couldn't hit a putt on Sunday. So he's 6 back. I think once you get below Rom, it gets pretty difficult. Matt Fitzpatrick's not a bad one. He's played well.
About Fleetwood, any chance he gets in the mix?
Fleetwood could get in the mix, yeah. Keegan Bradley, he can go low. Again, this is just guys that don't seem to put 4 rounds together all the time. Ricky Fowler's another one, sitting 7 strokes back. I think we'll see how Scheffler comes out on Thursday, tomorrow. But if he throws a low round tomorrow, it could be wrapped up early. But if he plays mediocre, maybe let some of these guys back into it. But it should be a fun weekend. These are always the end of these are pretty fun.
Yeah, it definitely is, man. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how it plays out. see if Scotty can just easily coast to victory, or if he melts down and lets other guys get back into it.
Right.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. We got another edition of JD's Bites and Brew. What you got for us?
All right, so now we got some fish tacos.
Okay. Fried or grilled?
So you can do it either way. I like them fried, with a little light pan fry on them.
Okay.
Grilled is good too. I just feel like when you grill fish, or even in the oven, if you cook fish in the oven, you have to eat it like very fast because it loses heat quickly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it
It's
does.
so
Definitely
flaky.
does.
So I've always like with fish tacos, I prefer it like grilled. But if I'm getting more than one taco, I gotta go fried.
Oh yeah.
That the batter kind of holds in that heat and that flavor a little bit longer. So this is fried. So just everything pretty standard. Just a little cod, lightly battered. I just did for a sake of easiness, a little salt and pepper, and then a light egg bath with some flour, and just fried it up like that. Just in the pan, had a little bit of oil, fried it up, and then did a couple fillets in there. Had some corn tortillas, and really, yeah, from there it's just topping. So did a little bit of cotija cheese. What else is on there? A little bit of cut cabbage, sliced cabbage. A little bit of a sriracha mayo on there. I'll give it a little spice,
There you go.
and a little bit of guacamole, and that was it.
Sounds good, man. I definitely like the fried fish tacos. I like the crunch.
Yeah.
I know I had a few of them. They put actually like some kind of coleslaw-ish type of stuff on there.
Yeah. Yep,
I
you can
thought that
do
was
that.
kind of good. But that definitely sounds great, man.
Yeah, a little bit of cilantro too. I like a little bit of that flavor in there. Yeah, you can do it however you want. A lot of people do it chipotle, aioli on top. You can do it whatever you really like. I mean, fish is pretty easy, especially like a white fish. It kind of goes with
Mhm.
everything. The coleslaw is always good to have. I mean, I did it cabbage. I don't like love mayonnaise cabbage, but I didn't want to have like mixed flavors with the sriracha and having like a mustardy or a vinegary coleslaw. So I just did just the plain cabbage.
Oh yeah, that's definitely where to go, man. That's one of my favorite tacos, the fried fish tacos. So
Yeah, they're good. I like fish tacos. Fried shrimp tacos are good. Had one, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks ago. Fried shrimp taco with chimichurri. That was delicious.
oh, I mean, that sounds great, man.
Yeah.
And fish tacos are hard to come by that normally aren't good unless they do
Yeah.
like like those beer batter ones, the big ones. I feel like it's too much batter on. I don't like when they do that.
Too much batter. I've had those before where it's just like, the batter kind of like your fish and chips is fine because you can kind of cut it up and eat it however you want. You can get rid of some of that batter. But yeah, sometimes it's a little too thick and you get very little fish in most.
Yeah, man. That's the only time I don't really like them. So, and then would you guys drink that down with?
All right. So from last week, I told you we had a good beer down in Hilton Head while we were there.
Okay.
So the place is called Side Hustle Brewing. It was kind of like right down the street from where we were staying, but they had it was in this like kind of this outdoor venue. They had like 3 or 4 different places where you get food, big outdoor area, TVs everywhere. Looked like a perfect spot to watch some college football on Saturday. But they had a brewery in there called Side Hustle, and they had they had quite a few beers actually on tap. But went with this beer called Rising Interest. So it's a New England style IPA, hazy IPA, hopped with the Citra hop, double dry hopped. So after the brew, they did a double dry hopped it twice.
Okay.
Usually that can add, depending on the hop, they can add a tremendous amount of flavor to it. Does obviously take a little bit longer, and then sometimes people just do it just because they want to say it's double dry hop. So I've had both where you can't really taste the difference, and then some that do have a strikingly different flavor than their normal hopped beer. And the dry hop is all done after the brew, so it's really just pulling whatever flavors out of that flower that you have. But
Okay.
Citra again has kind of a tropical type flavor for a hop, and I thought this beer was really good. It was smooth. It still had kind of that hazy flavor that only replicated by probably a handful of breweries. Treehouse being one of them, but it didn't. It wasn't powerful. I think it was still like just a really smooth flavor to it. Easy to drink. It popped in at 6.8% ABV, but
Okay.
I think I had my first beer and I was like, wow, I can't believe it's already done. So ended up having a couple of them. They were both fantastic. Yeah, one of the better beers I've had in the past year, I would say, and wasn't expecting anything great. Just I almost didn't even go with an IPA because I feel like summertime, kind of drinking some other things, and the IPAs have been only it's tough to compare with some of the big one, the Treehouses, Trilliums, and Hill Farmsteads of the world. So, but this was very good. Probably give it a 9.1.
Wow. So that's the high. You wasn't lying about the highest rated, man. That's that sounds like a 12 banger right there.
And I don't know if it like caught me by surprise. I wasn't expecting much, but I thought it was fantastic.
That's great, man. I feel like that's gonna be the gold standard right now.
It's the standard right now for sure.
I'm glad you found that one, man. I thought we wouldn't crack that high, man.
Always on the lookout, Rich.
Definitely, man. I have to add that to the top of the list now.
Oh yeah.
And then that's JD's Bites and Brew, everybody. And then for the BRRs this week, I mean, it's pretty much desolate out here. The one good show I'm watching now is the Special Ops Lioness. Right now they're about 6 episodes in. It's on Paramount. Pretty much about a girl who is going through some hard times, ends up joining the army. They gets recruited to the CIA, and then now the team she's on now, they're kind of trying to infiltrate some Afghan like an Afghan family to get close and find out what's going on. But they got a lot of moving parts to it. They got some they got some studded stars in there. Morgan Freeman's in there. He's in the last episode, on episode 6. Nicole Kidman. So I mean, they got some big names in there. Definitely something you may want to check out. I'm not sure how many episodes they're doing for the season, but so far so good, man.
Nice.
And outside of that, I mean, hasn't been really much else but reality TV shows. So
have you seen the I think it's the UK 90 Day Fiance on Max?
Nah, not yet. I was watching that. I was gonna watch that next, but I'm watching the couples retreat one.
Okay.
So they got like 4 or 5 couples from 90 Day. So they got Al, Big Ed and his girl. They got Michael and what's the girl's Angie. They got the Hawaiian couple, and then they got I forget that lady, the white lady that was dating the black cop. She was on like one of the original 90 Days, and then ended up meeting somebody from the U.S. And then they were on a dating show, I think. She was on a previous show, and then now she was dating the black dude who's a cop from New York. He's on there, and then they got the Jovi and his girl. So I mean, it's a shit show, man. They're all going through couples therapy. I mean, it was some bombs dropped on the first episode. Second episode is setting up for the third. Looks like going to be some bombs dropped on the third episode. So it's definitely going to have your fill of drama as far as the 90 Day series goes. I've been watching that one. The one they have I think it's The Other Way, when the Americans go over to the other countries and they live there. And then they have another one where they have people who are looking to date international people, and they set them up with matchmakers. I've been watching those, but I'm definitely gonna pull up on that UK one next. So, and then we got Winning Time. They're on the third episode. Third episode is pretty much a lot about your boy Larry Bird. I mean, what they said was true, man. He's a bad motherfucker, man. I mean, he went to college practice in not basketball attire. I don't want to spoil it, but he was giving them buckets, man. So supposedly this is true. They confirmed it on a lot of different stuff. So for him to do that, I mean, that just shows how great of a player he was in that time. So, and the crazy thing is, he didn't even want to play or he wanted to play, but he was like, it was like a second thing. He didn't really. I don't want to say he was running away from it, which was crazy.
He would have been perfectly happy, like working on the farm for his entire life.
So yeah, because that's what his dad did. So
yep.
But his dad wanted him to be something great and not waste his talent. But his dad passed away at an early age. Well, yeah, kind of early. But I thought it was kind of cool after he won his first championship. He went back home where his dad's shop was and continued to clip like his newspaper magazine stuff into the book, even though his dad passed away. I thought that was kind of cool. But it sets it up for. I like the show's great, man. They do a good job of building characters and stuff like that. You got to see Magic is kind of an asshole. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm sure they dramatize it to the extreme as much as they could. But it's definitely HBO does a good job at some of these shows, man.
Yeah, I got to get on that one.
Yeah, so far so good, man. And I don't think there was anything else. I think everything else is just like I said, reality TV show stuff. I was going through like Temptation Island, Love Island, but there weren't any like shows where might just go back and watch some oldies like The Wire or something just to kill some time. Then you guys are watching anything on your end?
No, man. Sorry. Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, okay. Still
pretty good. Middle of season 3. Yeah, I feel like for like I said, it's a quick watch. It's pretty funny. It's got some funny actors: Adam Devine, Danny McBride, John Goodman. Yeah, it's had some good storylines in the first couple of seasons, and season 3 has also been pretty good. So all around.
That's good, man. Is Yellowstone coming back soon or something? I think they've been showing previews for it or something.
I don't know. I didn't think anything was coming out yet until they figure out this whole writer's strike thing.
Strike. Maybe they're just throwing. Yeah, maybe they're just throwing it in my face to tell me to watch it. But yeah, nothing really else. I know what's the name? I think Invasion season 2 is supposed to start this week, so I got to go back to watch season 1 again. I don't really see anything else that's coming out.
No, I'm almost done watching Ted Lasso now. I think I'm towards the end of season 3 here, so finished that up too.
It was a good show, man.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Quick, easy episodes. So
yeah.
And then that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time.
Until next time, Rich.
I want to thank y'all for rocking out here on the Sports Sidebar Podcast. Give y'all something to ride out on.